Okay.
He's just the guy that drove us.
He drove you to the point that you both were
out
of control?
To the radio show, the TV thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Fred is also one of the actors. And did you help write it? Were you part of the writing team?
We sort of, he nurtured it. Basically, we were supposed to write it, but he makes a good living, so he's busy. But no, he actually encouraged me to write the story. He said I told him about this weird friendship I had where this guy's agoraphobic, meaning he doesn't like to go out and he lives vicariously through me. And he makes me feel I have an adventurous life. Is that the word? Because I go to the post office. It's kind of sad.
You go to the grocery store.
Yes, and to him these are amazing adventures.
Right.
So, and then he came to stay with me, and Steve says, "Oh, you got to write that as a short story." And I go, "Why?" And I did it. And then years later, he goes, "Let's do this as a movie." And I go, "Really?" And so it was all Steve's thinking.
So this is kind of autobiographical then in a lot of ways.
Yes, and I'm learning how pathetic I am because people keep referring to this as a movie about two pathetic guys, and I'm playing myself.
Stop it.
That's what they're saying.
Well, okay, but you can be pathetic as long as you're talented, so it's all good.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
I think that works in there, right?
That's going to be a shirt.
With me.
Yeah.
You want that to be a shirt?
Yes, I'm pathetic but talented.
But you know, we've seen a story like this in, like I said, The Odd Couple. When I first started reading about it, and then I watched the trailer, it was funny because I thought, okay, this is The Odd Couple on drugs. Do you know, like really drugged up and kind of hippified a little bit. And,
well, you know.
And not as polished. Not as polished.
Yes and no, because we're not complete opposites. Like, well, yeah, I'm a hair more functional than he is.
Right.
I see it more as a love story in the fact it's not, you know, romance, but I couldn't wait for him to come out. He was the adoring parent I never had. I couldn't wait to show him my crazy life. And then he comes out. Then it's not, you know, I'm let down by the expectations.
It's a good point because it's not about people who are opposite and can't live together.
Mm-hmm.
It's about people who are exactly the same and can't live together, and for that reason.
But there were just enough differences and nuances between the two of them to separate their characters, I thought.
Sure.
You know, and that's where I kind of got, you know, the one thing that I thought was interesting, best friends. We always think that we can live with our best friend.
Ah,
don't
that's
we?
interesting.
We always think we can live with our best friend. That's going to be our best roommate,
actually,
our best experience. And I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times, doesn't it turn out to be...
Well, that's exactly what this is, because they're best friends, and they should be
on the
bonded.
phone. And the phrase we're using is the best friendship's a long distance.
Okay.
And I couldn't wait for him to come out and see my life. And then it was like a love story. We were estranged. It was, yeah, so...
Well, like with your best friend, it's always nice to go and stay with them for a few days, but they sure as heck don't want you moving in.
Right.
Yeah, I did not want that either. Yes, and it was. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be what it was. I didn't think he was going to be moving in.
Okay.
He made it like he had other options, and he didn't.
And he didn't have anything else to really go to. You were it
the
for
sucker.
him. Yeah. I want us to take a look at the clip because I think that has a lot to do with kind of getting people a little more involved with the storyline. So we want to see what's going on. This is Fred and Vinny.
Fred? Hi, I'm Barbara. I was the nanny for the kids on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, yes, I remember.
You were really funny the week you were on.
Oh, thank you.
So, you keeping busy?
Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, but maybe that there might be this thing, you know, show visits. So you like being a nanny?
I do. I suppose I'd be further along if I were more corporate, but I'm more of the nurturing type, I guess.
Could I ask, do you have a boyfriend?
Funny you should ask. I just bit the bullet and asked Eric, the guy I work for, if he knows of any single guys.
Well, I'm single. Would you like to go out sometime?
I'd like to see what Eric comes up with.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, that's part of what setting up Fred's life, and And what separates this movie from a lot of other movies is Fred and Vinny are kind of at the center of it. And both Fred and Angelo, who plays Vinny, have been guys who've been in things before, but they're always playing the delivery guy or the third friend. And we made them the center of this movie, and all the beautiful people, like you saw in that clip, they're sort of on the periphery, sort of the unattainable, which is actually most of our lives.
So, and I was going to say, realistically, you made all of us average people the spotlight this time, and everyone else, the Hollywood types, are on the outside having to look in this time. You know, and I think that's I think there's a lot of reality in what this movie has to offer. You know, I think we love our friendships. We love our best friends. We're fortunate to have them, and those relationships are important and need nurturing. But I think, as you said, from a distance.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of internal struggle because I'm going, why can't I, am I always going to be alone? Why can't I get along with people? I want to be able to coexist. Am I messed up, or is he just too much, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of internal struggle because people. Why don't you just kick him out? It wasn't so black and white because it's not like he's some kind of guy like one of those Tom Arnold movies where he's eating pizza and throwing things down. He was trying his best, and it was still mad.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a bother, but in not wanting to be a bother, he's a bother.
Well, and without giving away too much of the film, why the thought that possibly he is he a con man? What's going to lead us to think, is he conning people, or is he really as needy as he appears?
Well, people debate back and forth. Like, people interpret it different ways. Some people go, why'd you let him do that? Other people go, I've had that happen to me. Is it a conscious con, or is it, you know what I'm saying? Or is it just who he is? Or maybe it's not. That's just who he is. So it's
complex, and I think that's what we kind of brought across in the film.
Well, and you have some. I mean, you have some great credits to you. You've done some wonderful things. Everybody loves Raymond. That's one. I mean, and that's one of the shows that's in rerun that we all love. And I noticed that a lot of the characters, there's kind of a similarity to the neediness of, I say Raymond's big brother in the movie, who is very needy. Does he kind of reflects some of the same characteristics that we're going to see in Fred and Vinny, I think?
Yeah, I think so. And I think what I learned by being on Raymond was the simplicity of, you take a good acting and good writing, and you let that carry the day. And this is, there's not a lot of pyrotechnics, not a lot of chase scenes, not a lot of sex scenes. It's just people interacting in a very real way that people can relate to.
Right. It's not high concept. Like, it's not wacky. And Raymond was like that. Like, it was just sort of little things of life.
Right.
It's not like he's now working on Hot in Cleveland, which is more broad. Yeah. It's more like like a corpse falls through a roof and stuff. Which is his best episode. No.
Well, and did you kind of feel as an actor too, were you more you, or did you really have to kind of get into this particular character? I mean, because you kind of seem very similar to your character on
yes
screen.
and no. I mean, people were saying, oh, you're more of a straight man. It's different than what I usually do, just in the sense I'm more a schmucky guy. I have the packages, or, hey, I'm nervous, or whatever. But I was sort of a straight man, still being weird, because I always, like when I did stand-up comedy, my thought was, I know I'm a weird, nebbishy guy, but listen what these weird people on dates are saying, or the dumb advice I'm getting. So I think, not that I think I'm normal, I know I'm nuts, but it's just like, look at these people. So
in comparison, right? It's don't compare me to them. Because
some of my friends, they were going, you're being the straight man, you're not doing what you usually do, but it's my story. This is real people from my life.
And that's what I think is so wonderful. It looks like a great film. Cannot wait to see it.
Oh.
When can we expect the premiere?
We can see it this afternoon, 12:15 at Treasure Mountain Inn in the main room.
Wonderful.
And then Monday at 5, same place. And those are our screenings. Oh, and we're going to be doing a panel at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow at the Treasure Mountain Inn, where we're going to have our whole team up there, and from 9 to 10, we're going to tell you how we made the movie and all the different aspects. We'll have our composer there, our producer, our DP, Fred, Angelo, me.
Okay, so well, it looks like a lot of fun, and I think what we'll all be able to take away from it is, you know what, we've all been in this situation at one time or another.